What's going on, everybody? So we're back again. As you can tell by the title of the video, we have a specific purpose today. Is the 370Z fast? No. The Z is not fast, and I know it's a little unfair of a comparison going against the Mustang, but for some reason when people buy 370Zs, the first thing they try to attack is the first Mustang they find. So I'm not sure why it's a comparable, but DannyZ made a video about this and I kind of wanted to make a response to it. The 370Z itself is not a quick car in this day and age. Back in 2009, which was my year when it came out, yes, it was actually a formidable car. It would line up with Mustangs and hold its own, but remember, that was a older gen. As time went on, Mustangs and Ford started, coming out with different blocks and testing the waters because of this competition with Chevy. Unfortunately, 370Z stayed the same ever since 2009. So I believe the only updates we received in the engine block was just pretty much the oil cooler. Other than that, this car is the same as it's been since 2009. Can't expect much from a car that has absolutely no power additives or updates compared, for almost a decade. While now this chassis is the s550, and this block, in my opinion, is actually the best one to come out from Ford in a very long time. We started recording some roll races. Now, like I said, it's an unfair comparison because of these reasons. One, it's updated. The s550 chassis and block to me is one of the best ones to come out, and one of the quicker ones with some power additives. This Mustang is actually full bolt-on. My car is completely stock. The only mods to this car are just suspension and wheels, but no power additives. So this is exactly how it would have came in 2009 power-wise. That's what I'm going to go against. Unfortunately, I don't have a stock Mustang in the area to use as a comparison. We're just going to have to deal with what we got. But we're going to do 2 roll races. That's it. Let's see we know how it's going to end out. I guess to further go into it, Danny also said that the fastest car he has ever been in was a Z. So it's totally understandable why he would say he thinks the Z is fast. And a lot of people are going to get butthurt when I say the Z is not fast. I'm a Z owner. I know what this car can and can't do already. Unless you go on boost, that's the only way you're actually going to get real power out of these cars. I do have a friend who boosted his Nismo. That thing is insanely quick. I have a video with his car with them doing a roll race, and he can destroy this Mustang easily. Now, difference is I'm stock. I can't expect much from this car, but in 2009, this actually lined up very well with the Mustangs, and I'm not sure so much with the Camaro because back in that time, Mustangs were actually that quick. I think that was the first generations where they came with that retro look. Didn't do too well, and then they came out quickly with an update. But we're gonna move on. I wanted to finally get to the roll races. Well, we'll see where we're at from there. Twenty. No, Monica. Considering this was supposed to be friendly, you weren't supposed to redline the block, but this guy, he always has to be in it to win it.
20 full.
Huh?
I got confused at 20 to throw.
Oh, okay, so everything's healthy, right? Unfortunately, that was a scare because this guy, he ported his manifold and he's not tuned for it yet. Just not smart. He went full ham. It's a Z, bro.
Yeah, spinning the entire time, bro.
Dude, yeah, and I bet you saw me next to you and you were like, no.
I was spinning the whole first year.
Fortunately, the Z, it's not that fast, but is it fun? Definitely. You can't buy this car expecting, let me get Felipe. You can't buy a Z expecting to beat a fucking Mustang. Like back in 09, do you know what the horsepower was back in 09?
315.
All right, so 315 horsepower to the motor, and that, well, to the crank. This one comes 330 something to the crank, this one comes 330 or 330 something to the crank. Maybe like 290 something to the wheels. So of course back then, yeah, we were mopping up Mustangs, but our block hasn't updated in almost a fucking decade. So if you're thinking you're gonna beat an S550, which I thought I was going to, I'm not gonna lie, because you were spinning so much, but I was like, oh shit, I'm still next to him. But yeah, and unfortunately I gave him a 20-roll and he's on bad tires, so I was trying to scumbag him as much as possible. Whatever, the point is, this car is not fast. Like today's standards, unfortunately, manufacturers update their cars every 2 to 3 years at this point.
What happened
Once he hooked, he was out. Ford, look what happened when that generation came out. They scrapped it as soon as possible, not because of Z's, but mainly because of Chevy. Chevy came out with a Camaro and it was 100 horsepower faster than the block that Ford came out with. Yeah, so it came out with 400 horsepower. A Z came out with 20 horsepower more than the Ford Mustang at that time. Of course, they had to get rid of that chassis and block. Well, they got rid of the block, not the chassis, right? All right, so they scrapped the whole damn car.
Not the chassis. Remodeled in 2010.
Okay, so in 2010, Ford came out with an update, and after that, it's honestly, when you're comparing stock to stock, it's gonna mop a Z. But now, one thing I will say, this car is a lot more fucking fun.
Let's get nasty. Tell her.
All right, a lot of people throw. Well, to be honest, it's true. It just depends what you're looking for. Because me, I'm not looking to go in straight lines. That's never been my purpose for this car. Nor am I looking to drift it. I was looking for personal fun and satisfaction. And I feel like the Z takes the cake for sure. Because the Mustang, I'm not really a huge fan. I wouldn't say I would buy one, but I would say it's definitely a fucking fast car. And if you like the thrill of speed solely, that's the car for you. If you want to go sideways, have fun, or even time attack, I honestly see a lot of Z's mopping up Mustangs on actual grip tracks than obviously compared to drag. Drag, they're going to take us any day. Time attack, we have a possibility. But that's my point. It just depends what you're looking for. DannyZ, I'm not sure, what he's looking to do, if he's looking for power additives just for drag racing or if he's actually interested in time attack, but I would totally understand why he says that he thinks the Z is fast. It's the fastest car he's been in, and I just feel like once he starts experiencing more vehicles, and you'll finally see that unfortunately our car isn't that quick. His car just fucking mopped me. I was just scared he was gonna crash into me. And well, that's it. So if you guys liked the video, just make sure you like and subscribe, hit that notification button. I do upload typically every Wednesday and Friday for sure. Sometimes I come out with bonus content if things are going on. I appreciate you guys making it this far. See you next video.
I should go all the way to 8,000 and I started reading.
You're like, I blew my motor. That's why you don't get Mustangs.